Hello, this is Sujit. Welcome to the channel Physics 2020. Today I am going to discuss some problems related to speed and velocity. So in the previous video we discussed the concepts of speed and velocity. If you didn't watch the video, go to Physics 2020 and watch the video. That is the concepts of speed and velocity. So I think the fourth video in that series, in this chapter, that is motion in a straight line. So in the first video we discussed the concept of distance and displacement. In the second video we discussed the problems of distance and displacement. In the third video we discussed the concepts of speed and velocity. So in this video we are going to discuss the problems of speed and velocity. Okay, so are you ready? Yes. So the first problem, a car is moving along x-axis as shown in the figure. It moves from O to P in 18 seconds and returns from P to Q in 6 seconds. What are the average velocity and average speed of the car in going from 1. From O to P, 2. From O to P and back to Q. Okay, so this is given in the question, that is problem 1. Okay, P1. This is given in the question. So a car is moving in the x-axis. So the x-axis given with the time and the corresponding distance is given in the x-axis. So the lower part shows the time values and the upper part shows the corresponding distance values. Okay. So we have to find the average velocity and average speed. So case 1, from O to P. So consider this point as that is O. Okay. This is P and this is Q. Okay. Right? So find the average velocity and average speed. Case 1, from O to P. So the car starts the journey from O and reaches the point P. So we have to find average velocity and average speed. In the second case, from O to P and back to Q. So from P the car goes to the point Q. So in that case also we have to find the average velocity and the average speed. Okay. So first case 1. So from O to P. Okay, O to P. Average speed, okay, is equal to average speed. What is the formula? That is distance divided by time. Okay, distance covered by time taken. Okay, so this is equal to, from O to P, this is the point O, this is the point P. So how much distance it covered? That is from 0 meter to 360. So the distance covered is 360 by time taken, that is from the diagram it is clear, that is 18 seconds. 18 seconds. Clear? So cut it. So 18, that is 2 times. Okay. So 20. So that's equal to 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. Okay. So next, average velocity. Average velocity is equal to, so average velocity is equal to displacement displacement by time taken. Okay, displacement by time taken. So here, so what is the displacement? It is in the 0 to this point, that is O to this point P. So what is the displacement? That's equal to, so velocity displacement we are considering in this direction, rightward direction. So we will take that is plus, okay, plus 360 by time taken, that is 18. So 18 cut, that is 220. So that's equal to plus 20 meter per second. So average velocity is equal to displacement by time taken. So displacement will, that is either positive or negative, that is direction. So when we say the displacement, we have to say the direction also. So the positive direction, okay, positive direction. So plus 360 by time taken. So velocity also, that is a vector quantity. So positive or negative. So plus 20 meter per second. Clear? Average speed and the average velocity. Then case 2, from O to P back to Q. The car starts the journey from this point O and it reaches the point P, and again it goes back to the point Q. Okay. So average, first we have to calculate, that is average speed. Average speed is equal to distance covered by time taken. Okay, that's equal to distance covered. So from O to P, that is OP, plus, so from P to Q, that is PQ, divided by time taken, that is from O to P how much time, that is 18, plus from this P to Q how much, that is 6. Okay, so OP, so that is 360 plus PQ 40, 80, 120. So 120 divided by 18 plus 6, that is 24. Okay, 360, 460, 480. Okay, so 480 by 24. Okay, so cut it, 24, that is 48, that is 2 times and 20. So that's equal to 20 meter per second. That is the average speed. Okay, average speed. Next is average velocity. Average velocity is equal to displacement by time taken. Displacement by time taken. So displacement, in this case, the first point, that is the car starts the journey from O to P and it goes back to the point Q. So what is the displacement? So displacement is the shortest distance between the starting point and the ending point. So end point. So the car is at the initial point is O and the final point is Q. So that is the distance. So that is the displacement. So 240 divided by time taken. So 18 plus 6, that is 24. Okay, 24. So that's equal to cut, that is 1, 10. So that is equal to 10 meter per second. So this plus, 10 meter per second. That is the average velocity. Okay, clear? Okay. P2. An object starts from A and travels to the point B. An object starts from A and travels to the point B with velocity that is 40 meter per second. Okay, 40 meter per second. And returns back to the point A with the velocity that is 60 meter per second. Okay, 60 meter per second. An object starts from A and travels to the point B. Okay, with the velocity 40 meter per second and returns back to the point A with the velocity 60 meter per second. What is the average velocity? Average velocity. What is the average speed? Average speed. First, average speed. Average speed. What is the formula? Distance covered. Distance covered by time taken. Distance covered by time taken. So that's equal to distance covered from A to B. I am considering this distance as S. Okay, S. So from A to B it travels and again it goes back to the point B. So the total distance covered is 2S. Okay. Time taken. Time it is not given. Time not given. So velocity is equal to displacement by time. So time is equal to displacement by velocity. Okay, displacement by velocity. So 2S divided by, so time we can write in terms of that is displacement and velocity. So for the forward journey, so what is the displacement? So that is S by velocity, that is 40 plus. Okay, for the backward journey, what is the distance? That is S divided by, what is the velocity? That is 60. Right? So this S and this S will cut. Okay, that's equal to 2 into, so 40 into 60 divided by 40 plus 60. Okay, so that's equal to 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 100. Okay, 0, 0 cut, 0, 0 cut. 6 4s are 24. 24 into 2, that is 48. So that's equal to 48 meter per second. That is the average speed. Average speed. Clear? So otherwise we can solve this problem in another way. So when I take the concept, so in the last session I derived on formula. Okay, derived on formula. Which formula? So if an object travels equal distances with a different velocity. Okay, if an object travels equal distances with a different velocity, what is the average speed? I have derived on formula, that is average speed is equal to 2 v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. The body travels equal distances with a different velocity. Average speed is equal to 2 v1 v2 v1 plus v2. So that's equal to 2 into v1, that is 40 plus 40 into, what is the second velocity? That is 60. v1 plus v2, that is 100. Cut. that is 6 4s are 24, 24 into 2, that is 48 meter per second. So in this way also you can solve this problem. Clear? Okay. What is average velocity? Average velocity is equal to 0. Why? That is, average velocity is equal to displacement by time taken. So in this case, what is the displacement? Body starts from A, and that is in the last point, that is final point is also A. So the body starts from A and reaches the point again. Yes. So what is the displacement? Displacement is equal to 0. So average velocity is equal to 0. Clear? Okay. So the third problem. Okay, third problem. A body traveling along a straight line traversed one half of the total distance with a velocity v0. The remaining part of the distance was covered with a velocity v1 for half the time and with velocity v2 for other half of time. Find the mean velocity averaged over the whole time of motion. So it is given in the question. Okay. So P3. Okay. An object is moving in a straight line. Straight line. Okay. Straight line. So we consider the distance, that is as x. Okay, x. What is given? So half of the distance, that is x by 2, is moving with the velocity that is v0. So it takes the time that is t1. Okay, t1. So the remaining half of the distance, that is x by 2. So x by 2 is covered with the time t2. Okay. So in that t2, the half of the time t2 is covered with the velocity. Okay. So t2 by 2 is covered with the velocity v1, and the remaining half of the time, that is t2 by 2, is covered with the velocity v2. Okay. So the remaining half of the distance x by 2 is covered with the time t2. In that time t2, the half of the time t2 by 2 is covered with the velocity v1, and the next half of the time, that is t2 by 2, is covered with the velocity v2. So we have to find the average velocity. So clear? Question clear? So straight line, my body is making a straight line motion. So we consider the distance. So all distance covered by the body is x. Okay, x. So in the question it is given. So the half of the distance, that is x by 2. Okay, x by 2 is covered with the velocity v0. So with the time t1. So the remaining half of the distance, x by 2, is covered with the time t2. In that time, so the half of the time, that is t2 by 2, is covered with the velocity v1, and the other half of the time, t2 by 2, is covered with the velocity v2. So we have to find the average velocity. Clear? So average velocity is equal to displacement by time. Okay, displacement by time. Okay, so the total distance covered is, that is x. Okay, so that's equal to x divided by. So the time taken for the whole journey, that is T1 plus T2. Okay, T1 plus T2. Okay. So here from this T1 is equal to so velocity is equal to displacement by time. Time is equal to displacement by velocity. So T1 is equal to so distance. Okay, that is x by 2 divided by V0. So x by 2 V0. So this is the time T1. T1 is equal to x by 2 V0. So in this part, okay, so the distance x by 2 is equal to velocity is equal to displacement by time. So displacement is equal to velocity into time. So x by 2 is equal to velocity. So v1, okay, into time. Which time? That is t2 by 2 plus next velocity, that is v2 into t2 by 2. Okay. So x by 2 is equal to, take t2 by 2 commonly outside, t2 by 2 v1 plus v2. Okay. So these two cancel. So time t2 is equal to x divided by v1 plus v2. Okay, v1 plus v2. So we get t1, t2. Okay, so the total distance x. Next, to find the average velocity, t1 plus t2. So we will get t1, t2. So we have to find t1 plus t2. Okay, that is t1 plus t2 is equal to x by 2v0 plus t2 x by v1 plus v2. So that's equal to 2v0 into v1 plus v2 x into v1 plus v2 plus x into plus x into 2 v0. Okay, v0. So that's equal to, take x commonly outside, v1 plus v2 plus 2v0 divided by 2v0 into v1 plus v2. Okay, so that is t1 plus t2. Substitute. So that's equal to x divided by t1 plus t2. So x into v1 plus v2 plus 2v0 divided by 2v0 into v1 plus v2. Okay, v2. So x cut. So that's equal to, I'm writing here. So 2v0 into v1 plus v2 divided by v1 plus v2 plus 2v0. So this is the average velocity. So 2v0, v1 plus v2, choose v0 into v1 plus v2 divided by v1 plus v2 plus 2v0. Clear? So the next sum, System. Before a table clock has its minute hand. A table clock has its minute hand. Length 4 centimeter. Okay, length 4 centimeter. Length equal to 4 centimeter. What is the average velocity of the tip of the minute hand? Tip of the minute hand. 1. Between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. Okay, 6:30 a.m. 2. Between 6 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Clear? Table clock has the minute hand of length 4 centimeter. So what is the average velocity of the tip of the minute hand between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. and the second one 6 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Okay. So average velocity is equal to, what is the formula? Average velocity is equal to displacement by time. Displacement by time. Okay. So when the time is 6 a.m., the minute hand is at 12. So this is suppose 12. This is 3. This is 6. This is 9. Okay, the minute hand is at 12. So the time is 6:30 a.m. means the minute hand come here. Okay. So the displacement, so starting position to end position. So this is the displacement. Okay. Displacement. So displacement is equal to, that is, this is 4 and this much 4. So 4 plus 4, that is 8. 8 divided by time taken. So 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. means, what is the time taken to reach from here to here? That is 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay. So 30 into, so we have to convert it into seconds. So 30 into 60. So that's equal to 18,800. 1,800. Okay. So 8 divided by 1,018. Clear? So that's equal to 8 divided by 18 into 10 to the power minus 2. 10 to the power minus 2. So that's equal to 0.44 into 10 to the power minus 2. 8 divided by 18. So 0.44 into 10 to the power minus 2. That's equal to 4.4 into 10 to the power minus 3. Minus 3. What is the unit? So this is centimeter. This is second. So that's equal to unit is centimeter per second. Okay, that is the first case. Clear? Then it's the second case. Second case. Between 6 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. So 6 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. also. So 6 a.m. Okay. 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So the time is going on. So evening it will reach the 6 o'clock, that is 6 p.m. Okay, 6 p.m. In that position also the minute hand is in this position, and 6:30 p.m. also it will come to this position. Okay, 6 a.m. means this is the position of the minute hand. Okay, when it reaches 6:30 p.m., so the position of the minute hand is in this position. So the displacement starting point is this one, and the end point, that is 6:30 p.m. this is the position of the minute hand. So what is the displacement? Starting point to end point, the distance between the start point to the end point. So displacement is equal to again 8. Okay, 8 divided by time. How much time to reach 6:30 p.m.? 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Morning 6 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. So how much hours? That is 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours. Plus 6:30 p.m. So 12.5. 12 hours and 30 minutes. 12 hours and 30 minutes. So that is 12.5. So 12.5 into 60, that is hours into minutes, into again 60, that is seconds. Okay, seconds. So that's equal to, we will get, that is 45,000. Okay, if you multiply and to verify the answer, that is 45,000. Okay, so that's equal to 45,000. Okay, 45,000. So that's equal to 8 divided by 45 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, 10 to the power minus 3. Clear? That's equal to 0.18 into 10 to the power minus 3. So 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 4 centimeter per second. Centimeter per second. That is answer. Clear? Okay. So the next question. So P5. Find the correct statement from the following. Find the correct statement from the following. So we can see one by one. So the first statement, the magnitude of the velocity of a particle is equal to its speed. So here the velocity means instantaneous velocity and the speed is the instantaneous speed. So while we were discussing the concepts, that is we discussed, that is instantaneous speed. Okay, instantaneous speed is equal to, so the magnitude of velocity. So this point is correct. Okay, this statement is correct. The second point, the magnitude of average velocity in an interval is equal to its average speed in that interval. Okay, so what is average velocity? Average velocity VAV vector is equal to displacement by time. So what is average speed? VAV is equal to distance by time. Okay, so we can neglect this time because in that interval, particular time interval, so time is same. So displacement is equal to distance. Whether our question is whether the displacement is equal to distance. It is displacement is not always equal to distance. So we studied, that is displacement less than or equal to distance. Okay, displacement less than or equal to distance. We can't say that displacement is always equal to distance. Displacement may be equal to distance or less than or equal to distance. So the magnitude of average velocity in an interval is equal to its average speed in that interval. So it's not true. Okay, not true. Then the third one, it is possible to have a situation in which the speed of a particle is always zero. Speed of a particle is always zero in the sense the object is at rest. Okay, the object is at rest. It is possible to have a situation in which the speed of a particle is always zero. Zero means the speed of a particle is always zero means the object is at rest. But the average speed is not zero. Average speed is equal to distance by time. An object is at rest. How is it possible that is an object is at rest can travel a certain distance? It is not possible. Okay, so that's why this statement is wrong. Okay, this statement is wrong. Clear? So it is possible to have a situation in which the speed of a particle is always zero. Means the object is at rest. Okay. So but the average speed is not zero. Average speed is equal to distance by time. So how is it possible the object which is at rest can travel a distance? It's not possible. So V is equal to distance by time. Okay, it's not possible. That's why that statement is also wrong. Then fourth point. It is possible to have a situation in which the speed of the particle is never zero. Speed of the particle is never zero. That means the object is traveling with velocity. Okay, some velocity. It is not possible. It is possible to have a situation in which the speed of the particle is never zero. That means the object is moving with a certain velocity. But the average speed in that interval is zero. That is average speed AV is equal to distance by time. It has an average velocity. An object is moving with a certain velocity means it must have average velocity. But here it is telling that the average speed in that interval is zero. So that's why this statement is also wrong. Okay. So the first statement only is correct. Okay. So the sixth problem, sixth and the last problem. Okay, in this session. Okay, P6. There is one escalator. Okay, escalator of length L is equal to 10 meter. Escalator 10 is L is equal to 10 meter. So the escalator is moving with the velocity that is V. Okay. There is one boy who is going through this escalator. Okay, escalator. So suppose VB is the velocity of the boy. Okay. So number one, when the escalator is at rest, T1 is equal to 6 minutes. That is, when the escalator is at rest, the time taken by the boy to reach the top, that is equal to 6 minutes. 2. When the escalator is moving, T2 is equal to 2 minutes. So, okay, the boy is walking through the escalator and also the escalator is also moving. So, the time taken by the escalator to reach, time taken by the boy to reach the top is 2 minutes. Third one, find the time when the boy is at rest. Find the time when the boy is at rest in the moving escalator. Okay. So we have to find the time of the boy to reach its top in the moving escalator when he is at rest. Okay, rest. Clear? So when the escalator, first case 1, when the escalator is at rest, T1 is equal to 6 minutes. So T1 is equal to, time T1 is equal to, so length of the escalator L divided by, that is VB, velocity of the bar. Okay. So T1 taken by the time T1 is equal to 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So when we convert it into second, that is 6 into 6, 60. That is 360 is equal to L. So the length of the escalator by VB. So that implies VB is equal to 10 divided by 360. This cut. So VB is equal to 1 by 36. Velocity of the body is equal to 1 by 36. Okay. Then case 2. Case 2. When the escalator is moving, T2 is equal to 2 minutes. So escalator is moving, also the boy is moving. Okay. So T2 is equal to L by VB plus VE. Okay. T2, that is 2 minutes. 2 into 60, that is 120, is equal to 10 divided by VB plus V. Okay, VB plus V. VB plus V is equal to 10 divided by 120. Okay. So, okay. That is VB plus V is equal to 1 by 12. So, from this, V is equal to 1 by 12 minus, what is the value of VB? 1 by 36. Okay, 1 by 36. So, LCM 36, 3 minus 1. So, 2 by 36, that's equal to 1 by 18. So, VE is equal to 1 by 18. Okay, 1 by 18. So, third case, case 3. Find the time when the boy is at rest in the moving escalator. Okay, escalator. So, T3 is equal to T3 is equal to that is L by V. Okay, escalator is moving. When the boy is at rest, okay, T3 is equal to L by V. That's equal to 10 divided by 1 by 18. That's equal to 10 into 18. That's equal to 180 seconds or 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. That is the answer. Clear? Okay. Dear students, with this session is over. So the numericals on speed and velocity. So this is part 1. There is one more session in this problem section of speed and velocity. So in that session we will discuss the problems related to the instantaneous speed and the instantaneous velocity. Thank you.